Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. It's been a couple of weeks, maybe a little longer since I last did a video, and I thought it's about time I posted something new. But before I start, a little comment. I must admit, I don't know what I expected when I started the channel, but I saw I got to 200 subscribers, so thank you to everybody who's subscribed. It's more people than I expected to get, I think. And I'm quite humbled by the fact that people are bothering to watch the videos I put together. So thank you very much. And I'll move on to this next video after that. Well, I have been doing quite a bit of painting between these two videos, but there's been a bit over the place, and yeah, it's been a little difficult to concentrate at times. However, I've managed to get some of my 7 years old Swedes finished. This is a project that's been bear-led for many years. Very old Freikorps figures. At the time they were very nice, and they're still reasonably good sculpts by today's standards, although I'm not really keen on the cavalry, to be truthful. And they did have a series of problems. The metal was very brittle and broke quite easily, and you can see that on the carbines slung on the back of the cavalry, and the ankles on the infantry are a problem for these figures. But I'll turn the camera around and show you what I've got painted. So here is a battalion of Swedish infantry. This is the 1st Battalion of the Ostgotha Regiment that fought in Western Pomerania during the 7 Years' War. Now, the blue and yellow is quite striking, but most Swedish infantry use this uniform, with only some small variations in the colour of the leggings and the waistcoats. So one battalion looks very much like another. Now, they're simple to paint in that they don't have a lot of equipment. There's no backpack and there's no multiple bags slung over their shoulders. So they are relatively simple to paint. But as I've already said, one of the main problems with these Freikorps figures from the 80s probably, maybe the early 90s, was the very brittle metal they used. And even though I was aware of this, and even though I've had problems with this, I had the same problem again with this, and it was very disheartening. As I was getting them off their painting, I stick them with blue tack onto old paint pots. I'm just trying to show you here. I knew that it was a problem, and I was trying to get it off quite carefully, but just the smallest amount of movement in the wrong direction sheared this gentleman off at the ankles, and I had to find a replacement for him so I could complete the unit. Maddening, frustrating at the same time. But there you are, that's the infantry that I've got finished. That gives me 5 battalions of line infantry, 1 battalion of composite grenadiers completed. So a reasonable sized force now. And I'm going to move on to the next unit I've painted now. So this is the Ostgotha Regiment of Horse. The horse is a little bit more interesting to paint because they had different turnbacks, facings, and linings on the horse furniture. So here you can see it's a blue and red uniform. No lapels, but they have collar, and there are cuffs, but they're covered up in this model behind gauntlets, so you can't see the red cuffs. Now here on the back, I'll just stop for a mile, you'll see what I was saying about the quality of the metal. All the way along there, the carbine barrels have snapped off, and that's not particularly clumsy handling. That's just because the metal is so brittle. Just a little bit of pressure in the wrong direction and they will break off. It also makes them quite difficult to clean up for painting. You can't use a lot of leverage to clear what is a little bit of flash. And in the end I kind of left some flash in there and just allowed it to be painted a dark colour. So not my favourite miniature, this one. And I believe they've changed the metal they use in the models nowadays, so if I were to get any more, I don't think I'd have the same problem. Anyway, so that now gives me 4 units of mounted. A reasonably sized force. So there you go. That is what we've got. I hope you found that interesting, and I will be doing another video fairly shortly, I hope. So certainly not 2 weeks' time. Anyway, all right, thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.